Travis Scott and the Jackboys have released a single for their project that is also slated to release on the same day as the Clipse album, July 11th. So I guess we're also going to be playing a numbers game. And lo and behold, what he on there doing, SaVon?
He's talking bullshit in my ear. No, he did respond.
Yeah.
I listened to the song and Travis Scott, he makes vibes, right?
He's a vibey guy.
He's a vibey type of dude.
Not Mr. Lyricist.
And so thankfully we do have, pages that pick up the lyrics because I could not find these lyrics in the song. Yeah. I listened to the song and I don't know when he said it, but allegedly he said in 2000 Excursion, the latest song with Travis Scott and the Jackboys, responding to Pusha T. He says, she moved up the street, she was begging to stay. You got clips of the moment, I got clips of the pay. You post threats like a vet, but you move like a stray. You rap like it's 05, I live in today.
Yeah, that ain't it.
Now he had them Cat in the Hat bars. He had them Dr. Seuss's came back.
Preschool shits.
He had them Dr. Seuss joints, boy.
That nigga said, vet, pet, tet, ret. That nigga said, stay, pay, K, nay.
Started. Yeah, man.
Hey, Travis, we love you for what you do. Like SaVon said, you make vibey music.
Yes.
I promise you, dog, you don't need to go head to head and die against a nigga that do this for real. Not for us. See, that's the problem. Niggas be listening to fans too much.
Yo. Don't tell a rapper he can't go head to head to die, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that.
You're right, because I come from the school of, hey, everyone's entitled to doing that. Just a few weeks ago, I was talking about how Jim Jones was entitled to respond to Pusha.
You did.
So I hear what you're saying. But this right here, dog, like, you my man, dog. Yo, you made sicko mode, bro. I've only heard you get introspective for real on a song like Coffee Bean.
Yeah.
Right? I've heard Jim Jones get introspective dozens of times. I've even seen him break down on an interview with Funk Flex, right? That was Funk Flex,
Yeah,
right?
I believe so.
So again, just when we talk about parallels and dealing with Travis now, we don't need this from you, I promise. You know what would probably be a better flex for a person like Trav? We're rap fans, so we don't per se care for this. If when you release, you and the Jackboys sell more than the Clipse, which I'd be pretty impressed by because they've had an amazing rollout.
No, I expect them to sell more regardless of the rollout.
Really?
Just because of the climate that we're in when it comes to music and who Travis Scott is in music. If he's attached to it, it's gonna sell. Like that's all he is a billboard.
Yeah, but even with Utopia, right? Like he's taking a hit on his numbers. And to your point, I don't think everybody gives a fuck about the Jackboys the way I do, right? Like,
what's a hit to Travis Scott's numbers though, right?
Okay.
Comparatively, a hit to him may be 200,000 to 116,000.
Right.
Which is, I would deem as great for the Clipse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So
I think the Clipse are gonna outsell my expectations.
I hope so.
Solely because of the rollout, though. I want to be very clear. The music we knew was going to be great. They're rappers. They're a rapper. We know what time it is. But this has been well done from the amount of performances they've done to the interviews. Shit, to just us constantly talking about them from week to week and knowing like, yo, this album's supposed to come out in July. It's May and we talking about it. It's April, we talking about it. So. But yeah, that would probably be the real win for somebody like Travis. Stick to the numbers, bro.
You know, I mean, yes, potentially. But again, I think the climate of music and what the consumer is looking for, like the masses, the people who are buying music, they're just Travis Scott, bro. He was on Fortnite. Yeah. Like he was a purchasable character on Fortnite. He had a McDonald's meal. Yeah. He has deals with Nike and like
it's a big deal.
Is the mainstream guy. Now, Pusha T, he has similar deals with Louis Vuitton. And Adidas, like,
hello.
You know, very similar.
And
but
he
it's
gave
just
McDonald's
different.
a verse too. They both work with McDonald's.
Nah, you're right. Hey, when you're right, you're right.
Go on, hello.
The boy's good.
I'm trying to tell you
what
something.
University did you go to?
Nigga, we went to the same school.
But your shit worked better.
Nah, yo, you wasn't in there.
Because why the fuck you keep coming up with this brilliant shit?
You wasn't in there learning for real.
I wasn't. I don't know what I was just getting by. They going vibes. I was the Travis Scott of college students, nigga. I was just vibing the whole time, bro.
This nigga is crazy.
Just vibing out. But I don't know. I think the flex for a Travis. Maybe the numbers, right? And because maybe it's a side project, right? It's not a Travis Scott project. It's more so like I guess
collaborative.
I'm putting my mans in them on, right?
Yeah,
this is a compilation album.
Absolutely.
It's not necessarily a Travis Scott. So maybe that's a flex for him. But I think overall, you just live in that, right? You just let that be what it is. If I'm Travis Scott, like you said whatever you was gonna say, cool, and just let this pass. It's okay, right? Like you said, You don't need to die for us.
Yeah, you don't.
We don't need another,
Please.
Jesus did that.
You feel
You
me?
ain't gotta do
Jesus already died for our sins.
You ain't gotta do.
You don't have to. That's the problem. These niggas be listening to fans too much. What I tell you about that shit?
Nah, you did.
Fans will set you up, boy.
will.
Fans will have you thinking, yeah, I could do it. Then some shit happened.
Yeah.
Now it's just you. The fans gone.
Just leave it alone.
You feel what I'm saying? Just leave it alone. Regardless, we're both excited for the Clipse album and
I can't
Travis's
wait.
project.
Nah, I ain't excited for that
You're
shit.
not excited? You
The
like
Clipse?
Travis?
Nah. I haven't liked Travis in a very long time.
Okay.
I haven't. But I am excited for the Clipse.
Yeah.
I am excited.
Facts.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear that. Pharrell went crazy from what I remember hearing.
Yes.
Also, while we're on the Clipse, the Elliott Wilson interview came out.
It did.
And prior to it coming out, I didn't really want to talk about it too much because, it's not, I don't want to step on Elliott's work. No. But he also spoke about Pusha T in this interview, and it was a really, really great interview. Again, one of my favorite things about the Clipse is their brotherhood. You can see, these guys really love each other.
Yeah, they bang
I
each
will
other.
die for my brother. I will kill for my brother. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
You can really feel that energy. And just seeing them next to each other was really dope. But in Elliott's interview, he kind of focused on Kanye opposed to the Travises of the Drake. And if you haven't checked that interview out, the Elliott Wilson Experience, please go make sure y'all check that out. He spoke to not liking anything about Kanye other than his musical genius. And he said it with such a disdain in a serious face. I don't like him. I don't like his leadership. I like nothing about him.
SaVon, I love Pusha, right?
Yes.
I want to know when he came to that realization.
You should have asked him.
No, I wasn't finna ask that
I know.
nigga.
Don't ask him.
That nigga was in an interview.
You should have asked.
Elliott was the only nigga that was supposed to be asking him shit.
We chopped it up after him, bro.
Yeah, but
you
I forgot.
Asked him.
You had we had the glaze, by
I know. You had the Cartier glaze, I had the raw glaze, right?
That shit was
couldn't see nothing,
real
right?
talk. But
I know.
as I was listening to the interview, that was the one thing that I thought about. I was like, you've been who you are forever. All right? How you move, what you embody, both you and your brother, the code, moral of ethics, etc. I wonder when the turning point was for him and Kanye, where he was like, yo, this nigga not like me. I really do wonder when that was. It pre-good music, after good music? Was it after one of the fallouts? Because I think Pusha T is somebody that picks up on things pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Especially with energy. Knowing if somebody's being manipulative, knowing if somebody is a user of energy, etc. So I don't know, but he did. Yeah, he was definitely in here talking about that nigga is nothing like me.
Yeah, he went in on Ye. And to your point, he did say this was business. I did business.
Right.
I did great business, right?
Amazing business.
He harped on that fact of so I think maybe that was an answer to your question. Is maybe I did identify it early on, but at some point this switched to just being business.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Where before I looked at you as my brother and business.
Yeah, I thought we could have been that, right? Again, I think that's one of the things that I struggle with in my personal life is because I have such strong relationships with my brothers, I hold pretty much every relationship in my life to that standard.
Yeah, facts.
Right? And then you see he has that same relationship with Pharrell. Too, right? So not his biological brother, but even from a working capacity, right? We work well together. It's my guys. This is my brother, Pharrell and Pusha T. They're synonymous, right? They've helped each other. They're both great in what they do. So having that relationship with a Pharrell, you probably just assume it translates to anybody that you work with or anybody you allow into your space. And I think, again, just speaking for myself, as somebody who has real relationship with my brothers, I just let people in once we click. Once I feel like I can trust you, this is just what it is. And I don't know how to turn that shit off. It takes for somebody to do something to me or for me to see certain things or pick up on certain things for me to be like, oh shit, we are not speaking the same language.
You don't speak my language.
We don't speak your idea of loyalty, your idea of being faithful, your idea of being committed, your idea of honesty, your idea of just navigating relationships is just so foreign from who I am and what I know. But it takes me a while to see that because I just lead with what I know. And what I know is real brotherhood.
Yeah, facts. And he literally leads with that. You could tell. That
energy and that's why I identify with somebody like that so well, right? I've never sold cocaine. I'm gonna say that again. I have never sold cocaine. I've never even thought about it. I never even had the opportunity.
You never thought about it?
Nah, I wish I could. There's been some days.
I
Hold
thought
up.
about it.
Wish I could have bust that 400 by 8,
What?
nigga.
Quick 8 ball,
I need,
nigga.
like,
fuck you mean?
But it was just not my reality, right?
Yeah.
So my fandom for a Pusha T, me relating to his music, his content, his sentiment, whatever it is more so on a human level, on just understanding like his upbringing and how he values relationships and people and equity. And that's really where me being a fan comes from. It's not because I can relate to selling coke. I just that's not my experience, right?
Yeah.
But I can still fuck with him and his music because I'm like, oh, you stand for something. Like every time you speak in an interview, in your music, you stand for something. And that's all it is. Like that's the disconnect between the Travis Scotts of the world and the Pusha T's and the Clipse of the world to me.
Kanye's, you are absolutely right. He made that known in that interview. Stand for something.